So this video is about me getting fat. According to my standards, I'm gaining weight, you know. um, when I was a police officer, I probably weighed the most that I've weighed in my lifetime. And I never really checked my body fat at that time. But if I look at my older videos when I first started on the YouTube, you could totally tell that I had extra weight on me. I think at the time I weighed like 150, 153. I think the absolute most I've ever weighed was maybe 155. Um, and my weight fluctuates, you know what I mean? Like based on, how I'm eating and how much cardio I actually do based on the weather. I tend to I tend to weigh more during the winter time because staying inside so much. I noticed that in the summertime and when it's nice outside, I'm biking all the time and I'm losing weight. Um, Back in my college days, I think the least I've weighed during those times was maybe like 135, maybe 132 at the very least, and then the most is maybe like 155 around, 153 when I was a police officer. But now, you know, to me it's disappointing, to see my body fat percentage go up. Normally I'm around like 8%. If I look at my stats, I weighed myself today, and I weighed 148.6. My body fat was 9.9, and my water is 63.3. My muscle is 45.5. My bone is 6.8. So 9.9 is probably the highest I've ever seen myself be at as far as my body fat percentage is concerned. But at the same time, if I'm weighing a little bit more, that kind of does make sense, but it doesn't sit well with me. The healthy range, they say, for my age is between 8% and 20%, but I've always was around 8% or less. And for me to be 9.9, where it says right now, that's like a lot more than what I'm used to. I weighed myself on the 24th, which is just yesterday, and I weighed 146, and it says 9.1, and then the water was 64.1, the muscle was 45.7, and then the bone was 6.8. I also weighed myself on September 3rd, 2015. I weighed 142.6. My body fat was 8.1. My water was 65.1. My muscle was 47.1. My bone was 7.2. Weighed myself on 6/13/15, 144.4. Body fat was 8.6. Water was 64.6. Muscle was 46.4. Bone was 7.0. Weighed myself on March 20th, 2015. I weighed 140. Body fat was 7.3, 65.8, and then 47, and then 7.2. So it's like, you see, the less that I weigh, the less the body fat percentage is. But I'm weighing more now, and the body fat percentage is going up. But I know also recently I haven't been eating the healthiest either. Jenny really hasn't been cooking as much, and I've been eating like more like quick things to go, and just like especially with the Halloween and eating like candy, eating ice cream, and I haven't been eating as healthy nearly as I used to. So that's showing the body fat percentage, and then also I'm not doing the cardio because it's wintertime. I'm driving a lot more, and I do a lot of strength training. I don't really do too much cardio training, so that's another reason for the body fat percentage to go up. So this draws my focus into something. I need to basically, it's good to kind of see my body change, to see how I feel weighing a little bit more, to see how my body looks, how different it looks, see how I feel. because I normally weigh around the same all the time, 145. My body fat percentage is 8% usually, but now I'm starting to get to weigh about 150. My body fat percentage is going from 8% to around like 10%, and I guess it's good to kind of see how I feel at that weight. I know how it feels to be like really lightweight, like 140, and 7% body fat. So I know how that feels. I know the 8% how that feels. I know how 145 feels. But to be around 150, around 10% body fat, I'll see how that feels. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's just something that's new to me, and I could see I'll start to understand why a lot of people could have a problem losing that extra weight or trying to get rid of that belly fat or whatnot. Trying to eat healthy, but then you don't really have time to cook, and just like almost the pointlessness of cardio training, like doing something cardio for so long. That's not really my thing either. But I'm just gonna keep people updated how things are going with me.